Dear Sagittarius, if you're hearing these words, you've probably sensed that something feels very different in the energy around you. Subtle, yet enough to make your heart pause for a moment. As if a cold breeze just moved across your strong spirit, a signal that only fire signs, especially Sagittarius, can perceive so clearly. You can't put a name to it, but you know a certain truth is getting closer. A truth you felt deep in your intuition, but haven't been calm enough to face. Lately, you've noticed a few small things repeating over and over an awkward attitude from someone you know, a gaze that's no longer as clear as before, someone suddenly becoming overly attentive, or comments that sound harmless but leave a lingering echo you can't ignore. To others, these things mean nothing. But to Sagittarius, someone whose intuition flies as far and sharp as an arrow through the dark, you know the universe is trying to whisper something to you, something your strong logic has tried to dismiss while your heart has quietly taken note. And who does this involve? Someone familiar. Someone you once trusted, someone you once saw as safe. Someone you never thought could hurt you in the way the universe is preparing to reveal. Sagittarius, you're strong, honest, you love the truth and despise anything fake, yet ironically, you often overlook the subtle signs because you always want to believe the best in people. You're so generous that sometimes others use that very kindness to hide their true intentions behind a smile. The universe is opening a door before you that you can no longer avoid. A truth that is no longer just a hint, but is becoming a powerful warning. And today, we will walk through it together and look at it directly, gently, but deeply, like two friends sitting beneath the night sky, listening to the wind speak about things your heart has known for a long time. Now, get yourself a warm cup of tea or your favorite coffee and sit somewhere comfortable. Because the story you're about to hear may change the way you see someone, and it might also change something within you. Let's begin. T1THER. Dear Sagittarius, perhaps recently you've felt that something hasn't been quite right. Not a specific event, not a story someone told you, not an argument or a clear misunderstanding. It's more like a very subtle energy floating in the air, an undercurrent that only souls guided by the far-reaching intuition of Sagittarius can detect. You don't know how to explain it. You only know that something is shifting. Something hidden beneath the surface is getting ready to reveal itself. And your soul, which is always powerfully connected to truth, light, and the messages of the universe, has been feeling more and more clearly that an explosive truth is approaching your life. Sagittarius is the fire sign of truth. You have the ability to sense dishonesty from a great distance, to detect energetic shifts, even when they're only just beginning to form. But your weakness is this: you often ignore the first sign because your generous heart always wants to believe in the best in others. You give them a chance, then another, and then one more. And sometimes that kindness leads you into an energetic space you don't realize has been quietly draining you little by little. Recently, you've noticed strange signals, a certain energy that leaves you disappointed, as if someone isn't sincere anymore. A glance you caught for a split second, but it was sharper and colder than usual, enough to make your heart tighten for a moment. An awkward attitude no longer as natural as the way they used to treat you. A comment that sounded normal at first but stayed in your mind for a long time because it carried another layer of meaning. An intuition spike, a light tap on your inner knowing, like someone knocking on the door of your soul, whispering there's something you need to see clearly. An atmosphere that feels slightly tense, not uncomfortable, but enough to make you alert. Sagittarius, you know these things aren't random. Nothing is random for a soul that has matured through fire signs like you. Your intuition never speaks for no reason. It only stirs when something around you is shifting, cracking, or becoming unsafe for your peace. And what's important here is this truth isn't coming to you gently the way you once hoped. It's not the kind of truth you can slowly ease into. Sagittarius energy doesn't attract small lessons. It pulls in big revelations, powerful turning points lessons, strong enough to change your entire direction. The universe knows you are strong enough to face truth, so it doesn't send you soft hints. It sends you explosions. That's right. The truth coming to you is no longer whispering. It will burst open. It will arrive when you least expect it. It will expose what you have only felt through intuition, but never had enough evidence to confirm. It will shock you in the first moment, only for you to feel incredibly relieved right after. Because this truth is not arriving to hurt you. It's arriving to free you. To free you from a connection you've held onto with your kindness. To free you from false expectations you placed on someone. To free you from the exhausting state of half believing, half doubting. To free you from the fog someone has intentionally wrapped around you to hide their true intentions. Sagittarius is the sign of ultimate truth. Truth is your compass. Truth is the flame that guides you. And when that flame is ready to rise, nothing can stop it. If you're feeling the vibration of this message, leave a small comment to affirm to yourself and to the universe that you're ready. I'm ready for the unbelievable truth, Sagittarius. And if you feel a connection to what I'm saying, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. The next messages will help you see more clearly everything happening behind the energetic curtain around you. Now, sit comfortably, grab a warm cup of tea or your familiar coffee, because the journey of uncovering this truth is only beginning, and it will lead you to a stronger version of yourself. P-A-R-T-2. Dear Sagittarius, when it comes to awakening truths, the hardest part isn't facing who someone truly is. It's accepting that the person hurting you is someone you never expected. The deepest disappointment always comes from those close enough to touch your heart, familiar enough to know how to wound you, and trusted enough that you didn't guard yourself. The universe is slowly pulling down the curtain piece by piece, so you can clearly see who stands beside you with sincerity and who stands there only to benefit from your light. Depending on your birth dates, each Sagittarius group is affected by a different type of person. And when you reach your group, everything will suddenly make perfect sense. Sagittarius 11/22/12/1. The toxic energy comes from work or collaboration. If you belong to this group, the person weighing on your energy lately is very likely connected to your workplace, your studies, or a project you're currently involved in. This is the type of person who feels jealous when you grow too quickly dislikes the fact that your vision is bigger than theirs, feels threatened by your freedom, creativity, and limitless spirit. They tend to observe you from a distance, waiting for you to slip or intentionally creating invisible pressure. They may pretend to cooperate, but deep down they want to restrict you. And the scary part is they hide extremely well, slow, subtle, calculated, as if they're just accidentally saying something that hurts you or accidentally taking credit for your work. Sagittarius 12/2/12/11. The toxic energy originates from family or relative. This group has a different story, closer, deeper, and often harder to face. The person exhausting you comes from your family circle, relatives, or people who have emotional access to you under the label of care. They are the type who notices that you're stronger than they are, sees that you live freely, openly, and without restraints, feels threatened by your independence. The issue isn't you. It's that you embody everything they never had the courage to become. So they speak in half-loving, half-stinging statements. They mask control as concern. They disguise jealousy as advice. And they use closeness to make you feel responsible for enduring them. Sagittarius 12/12/12/21. The energy comes from friendship, especially someone you once considered a soulmate. This group is learning a lesson about friendship. You once believed this person truly understood you. You shared so much with them. You believed the bond was genuine, no secrets, no competition, no jealousy. But recently, their energy has started to shift. They've grown distant, yet still want to control you. They appear supportive, but aren't happy for your success. They throw subtle jabs. Whenever you improve, they use familiarity to step too deeply into your personal space. This is the classic friend turned trigger, someone wearing a soulmate mask, but hiding silent envy inside. REGARDLASSOFWHICHICHROUBELONGTO. This person has 4 very clear traits. They hide their true emotions. Their smile doesn't match their energy. Their words don't match their intentions. They use fake advice as manipulation. Phrases like, "I just want to help you," but somehow leave you doubting yourself. They exploit your kindness and honesty. Sagittarius is a truthful sign, and they take advantage of exactly that. They know you dislike conflict, and they use it to cross boundaries. You don't want to argue. You don't want to hurt anyone. But they use that softness to push further into your private space. Dear Sagittarius, by the time you finish reading this, your intuition has probably pointed straight at one person, or at least one face has appeared clearly in your mind. That's not a coincidence. Leave a comment. I'm Sagittarius group 1, 2, or 3. Just a single number, but it signals to the universe that you're ready to see the truth. And don't forget to subscribe to continue expanding this awakening journey, because the next part goes even deeper. PART 3 THEP TI. Dear Sagittarius, when it comes to truly toxic people, the most dangerous part isn't the obvious actions. It's the subtle signs, the repeated patterns that slowly make you lose trust in yourself. That's why the universe is guiding you to this crucial section, the part that helps you clearly identify the person your intuition has been warning you about for a long time. And you know, this Sagittarius is the sign of raw truth. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you recognize who they are, the entire picture becomes unmistakably clear. If you see yourself in 2, 3, or even all 5 of the signs below, then you already know exactly who this person is. One, they use vague, roundabout words to make it hard for you to respond. Sagittarius is the sign that hates ambiguity the most. You're familiar with honesty, clarity, sincerity. You don't play hinting games, but this person uses exactly that to confuse you. They say things like, "That's not what I meant, you're overthinking." "I was just speaking generally." "Don't be so sensitive, I was joking." You know they're not joking. You know their words are directed at you, but they say it in a way that leaves you with no room to react. That's the strategy. A strategy to blur the situation, pushing you towards silence instead of confrontation. And they know you dislike drama, so they use it to their advantage. 2, they pretend to support you but criticize you behind your back. The more you shine, the more uncomfortable they become. The more you expand, the more worried they feel. The more you succeed, the more threatened they are. The issue isn't you, it's that your light is too bright for their insecurity. They'll praise you in front of others, but then say something that shakes your reputation. They'll congratulate you when you achieve something, but their tone doesn't match their real emotions. They'll smile at you, but their eyes reveal something else sharper, envious, unsettling. Sagittarius can feel these things. You always sense when someone's energy doesn't match their words. 3, they make you doubt your own intuition. This is especially dangerous. Sagittarius has extremely strong intuition, not emotional intuition, but long-range intuition. You feel energy shifts, hidden motives, and subtle changes instantly. But this person makes you question yourself. They say things that make you think, am I being too sensitive? Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I'm overreacting. They plant uncertainty in your mind just to keep you under their energetic influence. This is not accidental. This is a soft, subtle, and extremely harmful form of gaslighting. 4, they distort the truth. You say, they repeat it as B. You share something small, they turn it into a different story. You react normally, they label you as too much difficult or overly emotional. This kind of manipulation disorients Sagittarius deeply. Because you live with honesty, you're not used to people bending the truth for their own benefit. They don't just misrepresent you, they build narratives that make you look smaller, weaker, confused, and less confident. But your intuition knows you're not wrong. 5, they feel satisfied when you're disappointed. The clearest and most painful sign. They show up whenever you're down, not to heal you, but to see how far you've fallen. They say things that sound caring. I was just worried about you. I kind of knew this would happen, but their eyes say something else. There's a hint of satisfaction, a quiet, toxic joy, a secret relief when you're not doing well. And Sagittarius senses this immediately. They don't want you destroyed. They just want you to never rise above them. Dear Sagittarius, if you've read all 5 signs and one name suddenly surfaced in your mind, that's your intuition telling you the truth. No evidence needed. No debate required. When your soul recognizes who drains your energy, the answer is already there. Leave a gentle comment, "I see signs." Just a number, but it's your first step in reclaiming your power. And don't forget to like and subscribe to continue this journey of uncovering the truth. The next part goes even deeper. PART4THE, a WAKENING. Dear Sagittarius, there is a truth that fire signs like you often forget: the brighter the light, the more the darkness reacts. You are the sign of truth, freedom, expansion, and a vision far greater than most people around you. And that naturally makes you stand out effortlessly, unconsciously. But it also makes you a target for envy, for small-hearted minds who cannot tolerate the fact that you always rise higher than they do. Sagittarius always believes in the good inside people. You see potential, not limits. You see the light, not the shadow. You choose to see who someone can become rather than who they currently are. But sometimes that becomes a double-edged sword. Toxic people don't attack you with obvious weapons. They attack you through closeness, through familiarity, through things you don't guard because your heart is always open. The universe wants you to know this. What you're experiencing is not failure, it's purification. You're not targeted because you're weak. You're targeted because you're too strong. These people feel threatened by you because you grow too quickly. Your expansion makes them feel left behind. You're resilient. You rise after every fall, something they cannot do. You have far-reaching vision. You see what they will never see, and that makes them feel small. You're magnetic. Your energy draws people in while they fear being overshadowed. You carry Jupiter energy, expansion, luck, wisdom. This naturally agitates limited souls. Sagittarius is the sign of ultimate truth, and whenever you're approaching a major breakthrough, the universe will remove the people who don't belong in your next chapter. Sometimes it does this by shining a light on the truth, even if that truth hurts. But remember, pain is not punishment. It's awakening. The universe is giving you 3 extremely important lessons right now. 1. No one deserves your truth if they're not honest with you. You connect through sincerity. You share your truth, your story, your inner world. But dear Sagittarius, truth is a gift. Not everyone deserves it. If someone isn't pure enough to be honest with you, not kind enough to face you, not genuine enough to stand beside you, they do not deserve access to the deepest parts of who you are. This is not coldness. This is self-protection. 2. Learn to set fire boundaries, firm yet kind. Boundaries are not walls. They are flames of protection. Sagittarius is kind, but kindness does not mean tolerating everything. Your goodness is not a reason for others to cross your limits. You have the right to say no, to step back, to not respond, to keep your distance without feeling guilty. Remember, a big heart does not mean it must open for everyone. 3. Listen to your intuition because Sagittarius senses deception from miles away. Your intuition is unlike any other signs. It doesn't speak through emotion. It speaks through vision. You feel something is off long before it shows. You sense energetic distortions before they manifest. You see direction while others are still lost. Your intuition is the compass the universe gave you. Don't shut it down just because you fear getting hurt. Trust what you feel even when you can't yet explain it. The universe never warns you without reason.
Dear Sagittarius, this part is the turning point. Once you see the lesson, you're already halfway through the transformation. And once you understand that you're targeted because you're powerful, the pain no longer feels unfair. It simply becomes a sign that you're outgrowing those who cannot keep up with your journey.
If you're ready for the next message, hit subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming section, where we will dive into your protection strategy step by step, so you can preserve your pure light without being pulled into the chaos of others. Your awakening journey is entering its deepest phase, and I will walk with you until the very end. P-T-5-T-A-C-T-L-N. Dear Sagittarius, recognizing the truth is the first step of awakening. But the second step, and the most important one, is taking action. You are a fire sign, a sign of movement, of bold steps. Once you understand what's happening, you can't stand still. You must move forward. You must protect your energy before someone hurts you one more time. The universe is giving you a map to escape the cycle of manipulation. A clear, powerful path, one that still preserves your kindness and the free-spirited nature that belongs to you. This is not a method of running away. This is how you return to your true strength. Let's go step by step. 1. Stop sharing your future plans immediately. Sagittarius is the sign of the future. You live through vision goals and long-term direction. You see further than you.
But that's exactly what makes you easy to exploit.
Toxic people use the information you share to block your path, sabotage your progress, interfere with your plans, or make you doubt your own direction. They know you deeply believe in what's coming next, so they attack from the root by planting doubt in your future. Starting today, keep your important plans to yourself. Let your results speak for you. 2. Record unusual behaviors so you won't be gaslighted. Sagittarius often thinks it's okay. Maybe I'm just being sensitive. But Sagittarius is also the sign most easily manipulated through self-doubt. So write down comments that bothered you, actions that felt off, moments when your intuition spiked strange coincidences that raised your awareness.
You don't need to analyze anything yet. Just record it.
When you look back after a few weeks, you'll see a shockingly clear picture, the picture that the manipulator hoped you would never see. 3. Don't confront them when emotions are running high. Sagittarius is a fire sign. You heat up quickly, and you tend to want to say it straight and get it over with. But toxic people are masters at twisting the story, making you look like the villain, playing the poor me victim, flipping the situation with carefully crafted words. If you confront them while emotional, you will lose, not because you're wrong, but because they're skilled at acting innocent. And they will make you look like the problematic one. The best strategy is silence withdrawal and letting their own actions expose them. You don't need to argue with someone who knows exactly what they're doing. You only need to protect yourself. 4. Create distance energetically, mentally, physically.
You don't always have to cut things off instantly. Sagittarius is decisive, but making decisions too quickly can sometimes leave you feeling heavy later.
Instead, separate gradually, reply, slower share, less spend, less time where they are, close your energetic space when they're around. You don't hate them. You're simply protecting yourself. And when you pull your energy back, you'll see clearly whether they care for you or whether they just want control over you. 5. Surround yourself with people who are genuinely supportive. Toxic people thrive when they isolate you, when they make you feel like they're the only one who understands you. Sagittarius belongs to community, to free spirits who resonate with you. You need people who make you feel safe, being yourself, listen to you sincerely, aren't threatened by your success, don't use your pain as ammunition. This is the time to rebuild your soul circle. True supporters will help you see clearly. Pretenders will feel uncomfortable because you are becoming more aware. 6. Trust your fire intuition. It has never been wrong.
You don't just have intuition. You have direct knowing, the ability to know something without proof.
From the beginning, your instincts were right. You sensed the energetic shift. You noticed the change in their eyes. You heard the lack of sincerity in their tone. You felt the awkward distortion in the atmosphere. You just weren't ready to trust it. But from now on, trust yourself before trusting anyone else. You're protected by Jupiter, the planet of truth and wisdom. You have always been able to sense what others try to hide.
Dear Sagittarius, this is the chapter where you reclaim all your power. You are no longer the passive receiver of pain. You are becoming the active protector of your own light. And that is what the universe is most proud of.
Dear Sagittarius, if you've listened this far, it means you're not just seeking a message, you're truly entering a new stage of growth. Today's video doesn't just help you identify who is bringing toxic energy into your life, it also opens you to a bigger truth. You deserve relationships that are pure, honest, and incapable of hurting you. What you heard today is a reminder that your kindness is a strength, not a weakness. Truth does not come to hurt you, it comes to free you. Not everyone deserves your sincerity or your future. And protecting your energy is the most sacred responsibility you can give to yourself. Remember, Sagittarius is protected by Jupiter. You have sharp intuition, long-range vision, and a heart that always moves toward the light. When you choose truth, you choose the path that aligns with your soul. And sometimes letting go of the wrong person is the very first step into a new chapter of peace and expansion. If today's message resonates with you, leave a comment, "I choose the truth, Sagittarius." That will be your affirmation to the universe that you are ready to step into your new journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to continue receiving deep messages made especially for Sagittarius. Dear Sagittarius, move forward gently but firmly, soft, yet strong, always loyal to the flame of truth within you. I'll see you in the next video.